Hello and welcome to our daily sketching routine. It is Wednesday, October the 22nd, 2025, and today's topic will be keep on sketching. But before we begin, welcome back if you're returning and welcome if you're new to the channel. I sketch and post every day and I use a timer to stay focused and to build a habit. I'll start a 10-minute timer. So we're just going to sketch for 10 minutes. So find sketchbook or sheet of paper, blank paper, and your favorite sketching utensil. And yeah, let's just start sketching. And I don't have anything in mind other than the idea of like keep on sketching, and I'll just kind of like talk about that. So one thing is maybe like the idea of sketching. So I've gone over a lot of these things, but I like to I like to repeat things so that I can learn it. So I'm gonna do like kind of like doodling. So like first of all, so one thing about doodling is like you can do basic shapes. So just gonna do some squares, which can be like panels. And I think that this is actually really helpful because it's a blank sheet of paper, and that's always kind of it causes some kind of resistance to draw or maybe even like write on a blank sheet of paper. So kind of get in the habit of just doodling something or sketching something, and then like once you have something, then you can maybe create composition. So like these are thumbnails, and you can just do this kind of thing and then play around with values. So these are just compositions. So like it's doodling, but then it's starting to have a little bit more of a purpose, and so it starts to become a sketch, in this case like a thumbnail sketch. And I didn't have any idea about like what I was going to do. However, to go with the topic of keep on sketching, I just like to like keep sketching so that I can just not have to think about like this part, like the habit and like the hand-eye coordination and everything. So notice that within a few minutes you can kind of have a composition, or like even like a sequence, like a comic sequence. So that's one way to kind of just get something going. And it was from imagination. It was like doodling for fun, and this is the kind of stuff I'd come up with. Like an example could be, I'm working on like the first book of a book series, and I want to write it. Like that's like my dream. But I also have ideas for like the artwork and stuff, and so it's kind of it's like a mixture of things. That's why I just call it like art. But like for example, it's like in a castle, so, or it kind of starts off like, or that's like one of the the settings. So now that I did this, I have a little bit more of an idea. I mean, you could do like perspective could be kind of a thing. Now I'm kind of talking about these different topics, but it really is about like keep on sketching. And I kind of thought about that because like that cover, I did a couple of videos about my sketchbook cover and how I sketched on it, and I wasn't sure what to think about it. And that goes with the idea of like keep on sketching. It's ultimately, and this is also true of like writing. I'll sometimes refer to writing a lot because I'm also like writing stuff, and I didn't make my channel about that because I'm gonna do my best, but I don't feel like I know like as much about it. But I mean, and that's kind of like what I'm saying. It's, you don't have to be the best ever at drawing and painting and stuff to have artwork that looks good. I mean, I think even something kind of sketchy can still look pretty good. So for example, you can create like a setting. You could have like some characters, kind of like this. So just like it's a thumbnail, it's a composition. So just to like get something on paper. Now, since I happen to like doing this, I use this to sort of outline like the different story beats, as it's called. So this could be like an opening shot, or it's just like, yeah, I mean, it could be used for an illustration or just for yourself kind of as a note. So, and yeah, I wouldn't like try to overwork it. If you have some ideas, just kind of jot it down. And honestly, I like this. I don't need like some kind of perfectly rendered picture for the type of stuff I'm into, which is like stories and stuff. I don't need it to be like perfectly rendered, because I can imagine the characters. I mean, if I saw this, that would be cool, I would think. I mean, you could clean it up, like stuff like this. I put a date on it, like literally I can imagine 5 years from now seeing this, because I have sketches from 5 years ago. But it's hard to kind of imagine or put yourself in that place until you, I guess, go through it, and until you prove it to yourself that, oh yeah, like sketches from 5 years ago can actually be useful. So that's why I said to keep on sketching, because you can overthink everything. So I'm gonna like do a little bit more, like, so these are like thumbnails. So let's create like a layout, let's say. So something a little bit more substantial. And I'm gonna keep it sketchy because maybe I'm going to like clean it up. So I'm just gonna use this thing, but maybe just zoom in so that it can be more of an illustration. If you understand like why you would sketch in the first place. So let's say you do these are stamps, thumbnails, like stamp size. If you kind of understand like why you would even do that, then you're more likely to do it. So I'm going to zoom in to this one, maybe just to have like the figure, just so I can see like what they look like. Again, this is more figure drawing, and so that's why you would do studies of figures. So I have a figure drawing playlist just for that. But I'm just going to draw a stick figure, kind of like this. And yeah, I don't know what the characters and stuff look like. I mean, maybe the story idea is that these are like, I mean, I have a princess character, so maybe like this, and then once you kind of have something, then and I mean, I like watching these kinds of movies and shows, so like I kind of know like the silhouette. But if you want to zoom into kind of the architecture, you can fake a lot of this stuff, and by that I just mean you can just add like some depth right here, and it doesn't have to be perfect perspective. It's just kind of implied because of this depth. So maybe like this. And then the rest could just be shaded. And that's just coming from the fact that the shadows are right here. So that's not a thumbnail. I mean, I would call this it's a layout. Now you could try to detail this. Like, you could actually put up quite a bit of detail. You could blow it up. Like, you could even, and just to kind of wrap up this video, I'll do like an even bigger version. You kind of just have to keep in mind, like the bigger the picture, I mean, the way you render it like matters, obviously. I'll just draw like a bigger version of that. And because I have something to look at, I'll just go like this. Like this is the basic composition. And I just keep the proportions the same. And if I do that, then it should look like, if I'm drawing this, then I'm going to keep it pretty loose so that I don't have to like try to redraw the detail again. Because when it's zoomed in this much, then you can actually do more of this kind of thing, like get the anatomy and stuff a little bit more correct. I mean, you can even like kind of change the pose. So this is where I would get the like the figure drawing part of it looking correct. And because I didn't have any characters in mind, I might change them right here. But yeah, that's what I wanted to go over. Just keep on sketching. But there's different levels of sketches. You got thumbnails, you've got layouts, you've got basically an illustration. I mean, this might be the sketch of the illustration, and this is also like a layout, meaning you could draw over it. If you have more of a specific character in mind, which I don't really know. I don't have like, you might even get like the design of the character out of this. So right here, I would just be sketchy. That's like the main thing, is to get the idea down. And then maybe it looks kind of like this. And I'm just making up just the background, just to make it look kind of okay. So like you would see this part, like that's just implying the perspective or like the depth or form. But my point about keep on sketching is that this could be something, since it's just kind of sketching. Like maybe it'll be a character, or maybe it'll be like a scene, or maybe later, like years later, who knows. You could go back in, and the way that I tend to do stuff is sometimes like years later or months later, I'll leave it, I won't touch it, because sometimes it teaches me stuff just by seeing this, like how to do the layout. There's a lot of value in the layout. Or sometimes I'll go in and just play around with the rendering, like who knows. But the main thing is to keep on sketching. So I want to thank you for joining me for our daily sketching routine. And if you enjoy these videos, please support the channel. I appreciate it. And until next time, keep on sketching.